So Bandai Namco has officially announced on July 16th Aikatsu Academy, which is like we're a few weeks away from the public reveal of the trademark. And long story short, it's a VTuber project with three girls having their own channel where they're going to sing, do concerts, and play games. They also have some storyline about how they aim to be top idols, and they're going to sell digital collectible cards with unique voice lines, unique voice message, and that's basically the global pitch and a global introduction. And another big point is they also mentioned they are going to do some collabs, some crossing time and space collabs, meaning maybe past Aikatsu series characters will also appear at some point in these VTuber videos. And also, the story is officially described like as a sports-like success story about idols who start at the bottom and reach the top, realizing their dreams of becoming the best idols. And for now, they don't announce a game or an anime or a TV series or anything, but it's basically just a VTuber project for now. Like, I'm going to talk about my personal thoughts later on, like at the end of this segment. But for now, like the thing you need to understand is this is basically very Hololive, very Spice and Wolf life, like I like to nickname Hololive. It's a very, very corporal VTuber project, basically. And so yeah, that's the basic pitch and what you need to know basically. They're turning Aikatsu into a VTuber project basically. And so for now, they revealed three characters, and these characters are part of basically the Aikatsu Academy streaming club. So you have Himeno Mieru. I'm not going to remember the names just yet, so I'm just going to call them by their colors. So you have the pink girl, Himeno Mieru, you have the blue girl, Mami Mume, and you have the yellow and kinda blue as well, Wow Parin. And basically, each of these three girls has been character designed by a different character designer, and they call back the character designers from the past Aikatsu series. So Himeno Mieru, her character designer is Yaguchi Hiroko, who was the character designer of the original Aikatsu series and the original first 4 seasons of Aikatsu. So this is the same character designers as Ichigo and Aoi and Ran, etc., and Mizuki, etc., Yurika, Otome, etc. And so you have her. And then you have Mami Mume. Her character designer is Aike Yukiko, who was the character designer of Aikatsu Stars. So she's the one who did Sakuraba Roller, etc. These kind of characters. And you have Wao Parin. Her character designer is Miyadani Risa, who was the character designer for Aikatsu Friends. So basically, they called back the three character designers from the three past main Aikatsu series to do these characters. So each character, they are VTubers and they each have their own VTubers channel where they will do some gaming and some singing and stuff. And like I said precedently, it's very, very Hololive coded. It's very corpo coded. So yeah. And another interesting thing to talk about is the names of the characters themselves. I'm not sure how to explain this, but when it comes to VTubers, every VTubers, they tend to have very, very boring names, like very corpo VTubers names. Like you have a Fire Dragon VTuber, they're going to call her Fire Dragon Flare or that kind of stuff. Like they're very, very commodified, very easy to commercialize names. And when it comes to these names like Himeno Mieru, it's also kind of like that, but it's also a mix of the very typical like idol names that we find in sometimes in Pretty series and sometimes in Aikatsu as well. Like there's a kind of like, I'm not really sure how to explain it, but like when it comes to 2D idol series, the names of the characters and especially the names of the protagonists, they tend to always use the same syllabs and the same kanji. So you have some character named Hime something, like Mie something, like Yume something, like Yume, Hime. It's a kind of kanji and syllables that always come up in 2D idols names. So they're very commodified and like they're kind of easy to remember, but at the same time, like I'm definitely not going to remember that. I'm definitely not going to remember them for now, so I'm just going to call them by their colors because they're obviously color coded as well. So yeah, pink and like blue and like yellow. So that's how I'm going to call them for now. And yeah, so like I said, they didn't announce a TV series or a game yet, but basically they're going to do some digital collectible cards. Basically, these cards are like some events of the characters' lives. Like this is when Himeno Miru entered the school for the first time, the Aikatsu Academy for the first time. So yeah, you have these kind of cards, so these digital cards, and there's going to be a site to buy them with a gacha system. The site has already launched, and you can log in already. You can pre-register already. If you have a Bandai ID account, you can log in with your Bandai ID account. Basically, there's a gacha system, which is like 200 yen per roll. Each time you roll, you get a chance to get some digital cards with the characters and some voiced messages showing their lessons and their daily lives and their daily idle activities and stuff. So you have samples of these cards you can get. And for now, like they said, it's going to be 200 yen per roll. So this is how they're going to monetize this. And I guess when the characters start streaming, you will also have some super chats and some stuff. Like you'll be able to do some donations and some doneru and some super chats and stuff like that, I assume. But yeah, for now, this is a new site they launched called My Page Aikatsu Academy, and you can log in with your Bandai ID and get some roles if you want to do that. Personally, I'm not gonna do it, but yeah, this is how they're going to monetize this for now. So like, it's kind of interesting because if they do this, I assume they're not going to do an arcade game, and maybe in the long run they're going to do some mobile version of this site. Maybe they're going to launch like a mobile version of this site, but yeah, it's already a mobile version in a sense because like look, it's formatted for mobile. So maybe they're going to do a specific game app or something, but for now, like, this is how they're going to monetize Aikatsu Academy with some gacha walls where you can win digital cards, basically, with some special unique voice message. Like each digital card has a serial code, and with the serial code you can get some voice message from the characters. And so in order to introduce Aikatsu Academy project, they released 3 trailers. So I'm going to show you the trailers. So this first one is like a global introduction, like it's summarizing everything I've just explained. It's all in Japanese, so maybe I'm gonna keep talking at the same time to keep explaining some of the stuff. Oh yeah, they're introducing themselves like very, very VTuber-like. So this trailer is kind of like the type of videos you can expect they're going to do. Like, it's extremely VTuber-like. So see, this first is the Aikatsu Academy YouTube channel, where they're going to do a new video every week, like to show their activities, their streaming activities and stuff. And then each girl will have their own specific channel as well. See, each girl has their own specific channel as well, their own personal channel, where they will play games and sing and do some stuff as well. So yeah, and now they're explaining the card system, which I just talked about. And they're also going to do some events where you can get some cards as well. You can get some real cards with serial codes as well. And this is the My Page thing I just explained as well.
ゲットしたカードのシリアルコードを入力してカードを登録していこう。パリパリパリー。登録したカードはデジタルアルバムからカードボイスを聞けるようになるんだ。マイページに登録するとデジタルカードが3枚もらえるから早速ログインしてみよう。
And yeah, if you register to the My Page Academy, Aikatsu Academy thing right now, you also get these 3 cards for free, basically.
映画館でソレイユビジュアルカードをゲットした方は裏面のコードも登録してみてね。
And if you went to see the Aikatsu 10th anniversary movie, there's also a card that you got there. You can enter the serial code of this card as well to get it.
さらにカードはマイページのカードショップでもゲットすることができるよ。配信部を立ち上げるまでの活動を記録したメモリアルコレクション0弾が8月に発売予定。
Yeah, so yeah, this is the first series of cards they're going to launch, and there are going to be 15 cards, and yeah, each gacha roll is 200 yen.
皆さんどうでしたか？情報盛りだくさんだったね。最後にカードが1枚無料でゲットできるクーポンをプレゼントしちゃうよ。カードショップでコードを入力して使ってね。せーの、みんなで作る新たなアイカツ。7月27日から配信スタート。初配信でお披露目のライブの開催が決定。チャンネル登録とマイページの登録よろしくお願いします。みんな見てね。
So yeah, this is the first of the 3 trailers they revealed. So yeah, at the end of the trailer they mentioned that the first live stream will be on July 27th. Think, if I remember correctly, where it was written. On July 27th at this time, Japanese time, so you can convert it to your own time zone and see when it will happen. And I'm gonna try to watch it myself and make some summary of the live stream on my blog. So yeah, I'm not sure how much I will cover this because I already have a lot of things I want to cover. I want to cover Rain Artist more. I want to cover Heaven Burns Red more. I want to cover Pretty Series and Super Robot Tyson, etc. on my blog. So I'm already there's already a lot of projects and things I want to cover. There's still the Gakuen Idol Master streams I want to catch up on and translate as well. So to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about Aikatsu Academy that much past the initial introductions and stuff, but at least I will try to translate this first stream to see how it goes. But yeah, so this is the first of the 3 trailers, and then they revealed anime trailer as well. But however, you need to understand they didn't announce an anime yet. They didn't say if they're going to make a TV anime or a movie or anything, but they did reveal a TV, an anime trailer. It was this one. So they didn't announce an anime, but they did make an anime trailer. So let's watch this as well.
憧れを力に変えてみんなで作る新たなアイカツ配信開始。ふぐみん希望溢れて止まらないかな。今日も自分らしさ更新中。アイカツアカデミー始まる。きらめき世界輝く雲を光歌え満開エリオンと。
So I guess even if they don't make an anime series, they might do some regular animation trailers like this. So yeah, it's pretty funny. And they reveal the staff as well. I'm not sure if the staff already did some Aikatsu anime in the past or not. It's just the music song, the song stuff. They didn't say which studio animated it. Oh yeah, they did say it's Bandai Namco Pictures. So yeah, it's the same studio that made the Aikatsu seasons in the past. So yeah, it's pretty similar. And they reveal a 3rd trailer, which is basically a quick introduction of the project as a whole as well, if you wanna watch this too.
せーの、アイカツアカデミー。憧れを力に変えてみんなで作る新たなアイカツ配信開始。まずは 私たちの自己紹介から。姫野ミエルです。見える見える、スーパーアイドルになってる未来が見える。マミムメイです。君の日常に彩りをもたらす素敵なアイドルになります。ワオパリです。みんなが元気になれるような太陽になる。次は私たちの学園生活を紹介するね。アイカツアカデミーで私たちはトップアイドルになることを目指して日々レッスン中。そして新しいアイドル活動。私たちは配信でみんなと一緒にアイカツを作っていくアイドルになるんだ。どんなドレスでどんなライブにしよう。アイカツアカデミーカード。みんなとの大切な思い出がカードになるよ。たくさん集めたいな。アイカツアカデミー初配信で私たちのお披露目ライブが決定。要チェックだよ。チャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。マイページに登録してアイカツアカデミーカードをもらおう。
Well, this is a quick overview of the project as well. So I think there's one last thing I wanted to point out as well. Give me a second. So yeah, one of the things they said is that they're going to do some like collaborations, some special collaborations, and they already teased like they're going to do something with Ichigo at first. So Ichigo is going to be the first character we will appear in this. And they didn't specify like what kind of thing it will be yet. So, but they just say that basically the past characters from the past Aikatsu series will be appearing sometimes in some of the videos, in some of the VTubers videos they do basically. So you need to remember this. And so another major point I wanted to talk about as well, this is a very big point, is that they already made some guidelines for fan-made content regarding Aikatsu Academy. Basically, they specified that this is specifically for Aikatsu Academy, so this doesn't concern past Aikatsu series. Basically, you'll be able to do some fan art and some covers of the songs and some cosplay, etc., as long as you respect the source material, as long as you don't do anything unlawful, as long as you don't modify the lyrics if you do a cover, etc. Basically, you can do anything you want. And they explain regarding the... I didn't read everything, but basically they're going to list the songs here. The songs listed here, which is the same song as the animation trailer. You can do some covers and stuff if you want, there's no problem. They also specified that whenever you do some Aikatsu Academy fan-made content, you can monetize the content as well. There's no problem regarding that. And regarding the live streams of the characters, they explain that basically you can do some clips and you can do some compilations, some cuts, some cutouts and some clips of the live streams, but only if the live stream has a VOD, only if the live stream has an archive. So for example, if it was a paid only stream, or if it's a live stream but they didn't publish a VOD yet, you cannot do some clips, you can't publish clips and stuff of it. So basically, if you wanna do some clips and some compilation of funny moments and subtitle them just like people do for HoloLive VTubers, you will be able to do that as well, as long as you wait until the VOD of the live stream is out. Once the VOD of the live stream is out, you can clip and do some compilations of funny moments and stuff like that. There's no problem with that. And I wanted to talk about this as well because they're actual VTubers, they do not, I think, like from what I've read, they do not allow like mirroring. Like you cannot stream yourself watching their streams because they're VTubers. You cannot do that, and it's a bit different from the guidelines from the Gakuen Idol Master streams because it's also Bandai Namco. It's the same company, but it's different groups and it's different developers within the same company, so they have different guidelines as well. And for Gakuen Idol Masters, they are not VTubers, so they allow mirroring. Like for the Gakuen Idol Master streams, they happen every 2 weeks on Wednesday. And if you are a VTuber or if you are a content creator, you can stream yourself watching these streams, and there's no problem. They say in the guidelines there's no problems. But however, since the Aikatsu Academy characters are VTubers, they don't really allow mirroring, so you cannot stream yourself watching their streams. So you will have to wait until their stream is over until the VOD, until the archive is out, and then you'll be able to do some cutouts and some clips and stuff. So that's basically the gist of the guidelines they published. But yeah, it's pretty interesting because more and more Japanese companies are starting to do at least more lenient guidelines, because in the past usually everything was forbidden and you couldn't do some clips or anything. So it's a good thing overall. Like overall, except for some exceptions, like From Software, for example, they still don't allow people to get some bits on Twitch when they stream From Software games, just like the Elden Ring DLC. Like Japanese developers, Japanese streamers, they always need to put out like, please don't give me bits, because it's actually not allowed in the From Software guidelines. But like besides a few weird studios like this, like streaming guidelines in Japan are getting more lenient, in my opinion, so it's a pretty good thing. So the next thing I wanted to translate regarding Aikatsu Academy is that they also announced that Xiao magazine, the September issue of Xiao magazine, releasing on August 2nd, it will have a special promotional card for Aikatsu Academy. You will be able to scan and get this card, like on the My page, Aikatsu Academy My page. Like you'll be able to scan this and get it. So yeah, Xiao magazine is pretty much the most popular shoujo little girls magazine. Like all the Aikatsu manga adaptations, they were published in this. The Pretty Rhythm manga adaptation was in Xiao magazine as well. The Pretty Para manga adaptation was in Xiao magazine as well. And I think most of the Pretty Cure series, some of the Pretty Cure series are also in this, or there aren't. Doesn't seem there are, but yeah, like a lot of little girl series, a lot of Kodomo Mike series, the manga adaptations, they're always in Xiao magazine, so it's one of the most popular magazines for girls. And they also say that on August 10 and August 11th, they're going to be a special Xiao and Ribbon magazine. Ribbon magazine is another little girls magazine with a lot of shoujo manga. They're pretty much the two most popular shoujo magazines for little girls. So Xiao and Ribbon are going to do some kind of event on August 10 and August 11. And this event as well, if you go to this event, you'll be able to get a special Aikatsu Academy card as well. So that's it. And the final thing I wanted to talk about is that they already announced some Aikatsu Academy merch as well. So there are going to be some plushies and some acrylic stands and some these are some like some stands you can put on your desk and stuff. There are some plushies of the three VTubers and some acrylic stands and some keychains, etc. So yeah, they already announced some merch. It is going to be on sales like this week, starting this week on some shops in Japan. So if you wanna get them, if you're in Japan, if you wanna get them. So yeah, that's it for Aikatsu Academy. So now I'm gonna talk about my personal feelings on this announcement. So yeah, I definitely didn't expect Aikatsu Academy to be a VTuber project, because the name doesn't hint at that at all, so I'm pretty surprised. At the same time, this makes a lot of sense, because like VTubers are the most popular thing nowadays. For this for this last 5 years or so, like VTubers are everywhere. So yeah, it's definitely a very logical business like decision to make some VTubers for Aikatsu series. So it's not that surprising when you think about it. But yeah, like personally, like how do I say this without sounding elitist? Like I'm not a big fan of corporate VTubers. Like for me, VTubers, there's nothing like new or fresh or exciting about it. It's not that I dislike VTubers, but it's like I'm not the target audience. It's very difficult to explain, but for me, like seeing something become a VTuber, it doesn't make me particularly more excited for it. Like VTubing is not a plus for me. I wouldn't say it's a minus either, but like it's not a plus value for me. It doesn't mean anything. Like it doesn't make me any more excited that if it was just streamers or something. But yeah, personally, like I tend to dislike corporate VTubers because like it's not that I dislike them because there's a few Hololive streamers I like Kaira a lot in Hololive Indonesia, and in Nijisanji I like Tsukino Mito a lot as well. But so it's not that I dislike VTubers, corporate VTubers themselves, but I really don't like their companies and what they have made. Like I dislike what they turned VTubing into because nowadays when you see some independent and some smaller VTubers, they all try to do things just like Hololive is doing it. As in, they all try to do some debut stream, they all try to sing, they all try to play the same games, etc. Like VTubers, like I don't want to say this way because it's like I'm demeaning them, but I have a lot of respect for them. But at the same time, it's like they're like it's like they're mic vultures. Like if there's something popular, they will go into it, even if they don't actually know or care about it. Which is, to be fair, is the same thing with every streamer and every content creator, right? Like for example, like Games, they finally announced Uma Musume is going to release in English. Like I'm sure, like in a few months, you're going to see tons of VTubers who will suddenly act like they're very specialist of Japanese horse racing, even though they didn't care about it like 3 weeks ago. But because Ima Musume is getting released, they're all going to act like they care about it. So, to be honest, it's not just VTubers; it's just streamers as a whole who do this, right? It's like Armored Core. Like when Armored Core 6 got released, got announced, like you have ton of From Software streamers, a lot of Souls game streamers. They all started to act like if they care about Armored Core, even though they didn't know about the series beforehand. Yeah, so yeah, it's the same kind of thing. So that's part of why I'm not a big fan of corporate VTubers, especially, and for Hololive, especially. I think like sadly they turned like it's a bit hard to explain because it's like because Hololive VTubers are the most popular, everyone is trying to do things just like Hololive, and this project, this Aikatsu Academy project as well, is something that is clearly very inspired by Hololive, and so yeah, that's why this is the reason why I'm not really excited about it. So yeah, and I guess one thing that I'm curious about is that they specifically said that this is going to be a sports themed story. They specifically said it's going to be a sports themed success story. So maybe it's going to be interesting, like if they do the storyline correctly, because they didn't announce a game and they didn't announce a TV series. So I guess each week, like the first stream is going to be on July 27th, so it's going to be like episode 1. It's probably going to introduce the characters and stuff. And like I guess with each new stream they're going to progress the storyline and tell us a story. So maybe that's going to be interesting. But yeah, like overall, I'm not a big fan of the designs as well because they're very commodified. Like I explained before, the names themselves are very commodified as well. Like Mie Mieru, it's their catchphrase or something, and like every character is always using the same kanji, like Yume, Hime, etc. And so yeah, I'm not a big fan of the character design as well. So yeah, to be honest, my overall thoughts is that I'm kinda disappointed about this announcement because I definitely didn't expect it to be VTubers, basically. But yeah, at the same time, this makes perfect sense. Like business-wise, this is a very good decision, and this is probably going to work pretty well because VTubers like are very big, usually tend to get very big, and with the Aikatsu name behind it, this is probably going to be pretty big. So yeah, that's overall my thoughts on all this. So yeah, I'm going to try to repeat everything I've just said on my blog on an article. So yeah, that's it for Aikatsu Academy. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty curious how this will go and what it will become. So yeah, that's it for now. Let's move on. Let's move on now. Oh yeah, so the final thing I wanted to talk about is about the announcement tweets for the Aikatsu Academy project. So they launched a Twitter account, right? So the announcement tweet got over 16,000 retweets. So you can tell that a lot of Japanese fans, they were pretty starved for Aikatsu news because I didn't really have the time to follow Aikatsu Planet, but I think like it didn't go really well and it kind of stopped pretty fast. So yeah, this is the first Aikatsu project in over a year. since the crossover, since the sequel movie. So yeah, it's pretty big news, and like a lot of fans are looks pretty excited. Usually, if I had the time, I will check the reactions from my online friends, especially those in Japan who also like pretty series and who also like Aikatsu, to check their comments and their reactions. Sadly, I didn't really have the time to do that, but maybe I will try to talk about this in a detailed article. So basically, it is just in video form. I'm not try to make some article about everything I've just said in this video. So we'll be able to check out in detail. I will try to rewrite my own thoughts as well. So yeah, if you can check out my blog as well. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I'm going to try and make some posts with this Aikatsu Academy info. So and I will try to translate the July 27th live stream as well. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye. Remember to like and subscribe and stuff. See you later. Bye. Thanks for watching.